Today on the Social Investing Network, brand collaborations are the rage, but just how much value are they giving to the brands involved? We'll dive into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Plus, winter is coming. Some are saying we're already in a crypto winter, so how much longer will it last? Is there a crypto groundhog that's predicting 6 more weeks of crypto winter? We'll ask an expert what the future holds. And we've got the co-creators of an NFT project that's funding a movie where you can help be a part of the production and have your own NFT character star in it. We'll chat with the co-creators about the details. It's Friday, June 3rd. Subscribe below, hit the notification bell. Now let's get into it.
Wish you could help make a movie starring your own NFT? The future is now. A new NFT project claims you can do just that. The Lokals is a new project minting today, June 3rd, where your NFT character can star in a new movie. So for today's Fresh Mints, let's say hello to the co-founders, Milivoj and Veljko Popovic. Guys, thanks so much for being on the show today. You guys are joining us from Croatia. I'm really excited to have you guys on today. My very first question is, how did you guys come up with the idea for this project? How did you guys conceive of this?
Well, I'm a teacher at the Art Academy here in Split, and a few years back, this student really caught my eye, Božo Balov, who is the artist behind the artwork of the Lokals, and he really impressed me with his art style and his work ethic. And we invited him to be an intern in the studio, and a few years afterwards, he became a full-fledged member working in the studio, and we were just watching how he developed his style. And our previous short film project was a VR experience where we used quill in VR, which is a technique where you paint in 3D, like it's a mixture between painting and sculpting. It's quite weird. Wow. And he was developing his art style for this VR short film that we did. And, we immediately saw that we kind of, through this experimentation, stumbled on something quite special and quite unique. And, this VR experience called Dislocation was actually quite successful, and it won the award for Best VR in Ottawa in Canada, in the largest festival for animation in North America. And we just continued experimenting with this visual style and approach, and out of this we developed a one-off collection of NFTs, which was super popular and just gave us the momentum we needed to develop it further into this NFT collection, which we are minting actually today and tomorrow, and then the public mint goes on Sunday.
So how will these NFTs be a part of the movie? I mean, I heard there's like a casting element to it. Can you kind of dive into that?
Yeah, well, at the moment now, our casting agency, the Prime Render casting agency, is casting Lokals for the film. Our rarity is based on film roles. So you will have like the main role, the supporting role, extras, and all these roles in the film will be filled by the NFTs, but not only on-screen roles, also off-screen roles. So you would have lighters, gaffers, sound engineers, stage crew, sound crew. All these people will be made out of the Lokals that are gonna be minting in our NFT series. So, and also not only this, but everybody who is holding the Lokal also becomes a co-producer and a co-owner of the animated film.
Wow. So how many total characters are there for this project?
5,000 characters.
So how long does it take you guys to just develop this, animate this? I mean, what does that look like?
I mean, it's a labor of love, and it's a process that's ongoing. It's not something that you kind of do from 8 to 4 p.m. We are artists, and we just love experimentation, and we just love exploring new ways for filmmaking and storytelling. And for this series, it's something that started like 2 years ago, we were developing this art style, and it's just we are the content creators. So this is what we do. We create content, and we're highly creative, artistic folks that just work in the studio and talk, discuss, shoot ideas, and crazy stuff happen. And we are determined, and we work a lot. And those, I think, are the key ingredients in creating something which is unique and which has quality and value.
I mean, it seems like you guys are always looking to try something new. You talked about how your previous film was a VR film, and you guys won some awards there, which is awesome. Now you guys are trying to do something with NFTs. I guess do you think there's like the future of animated films is maybe has a element of NFTs to it? Do you think that maybe future films are going to be funded potentially through NFTs, and where people can purchase NFTs and then contribute towards it?
Oh yeah, I mean, you're dead on with this. I mean, not just animated films, but filmmaking in general, especially independent filmmaking, because NFTs are really the future, where you can decentralize your funding, and especially in the States, and also I know in Great Britain and a lot of other countries, the funding for animated and independent films is really slim. And this way you can really empower the artists and production houses to work together with the audience, who become not only the audience, but also participants in the creative process, in creating something that, really belongs also to the audience and to the public, to the spectators, to the viewers, as well to the artists. But also, you need to have this, this idea that you want to collaborate, that you want to experiment, and that you want to try out and create something unique and something different. But this is the state of affairs now. I think, 5 years down the line, people are going to be asking themselves, how did we fund anything without NFTs?
Yeah, I find that stuff so fascinating. I can definitely see a future where, someone wants to do an animated project, they sell characters as NFTs, people can purchase them. And then if the movie is a hit, there's also a financial element as well for participating in funding a movie in the early stages. So
yes, really well, cool. You don't have to imagine a future, because it's happening now.
Right, you guys are starting it off.
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
That's why I'm super excited to see how this movie ends up going. So how do the NFT owners help produce the movie? You're talking about collaboration. Are they given creative input? I mean, obviously not everyone wants to give creative input. Like how are they being producers in the movie?
Well, we're gonna the whole pre-production and production is something that's gonna be happening in front of all the people holding our NFTs. So from script development to storyboarding, pre-production, rough animation, we're gonna be sharing everything with the community. So it's gonna be also a learning experiment for someone who wants to know how films are made, who wants to peek behind the curtain and see the creative process. So it's also be something where you're gonna be a part of a creative process. And also we're going to have polls where we're going to ask our, Lokals family for some input, some ideas, see how the story develops, how it forks. But in the end, there's one director, there's, so you need to have one captain. But the input of the family that's with us, our locals, is going to be a valued one, and we're going to incorporate it. But not only this, we have many other ideas. For example, you're going to be able to name your local, to name your NFT if you're holding it for a bit longer, So already there you have some creative input. And also we are also thinking about narration and voice acting, perhaps.
Okay.
This is maybe also something where you can be included. So, everybody knows about IMDb page, and everybody would love to have an IMDb page. Well, if you don't have it, join us, be a part of the local family, and you are going to have your own IMDb page,
I like that. So I'm going to wrap with this question. What is on the horizon for you guys for this project? So you guys are minting today, which is exciting. But what does the next few months look like? I mean, have you guys written a script, or are you guys going to work on that now? When does the movie and storyline come together? Like, what does that look like for you guys?
So now we have like a few things that are ahead of us. For one, we're gonna be developing future collections which are centered around the Lokals universe, and everybody who's holding Lokals will have benefits in future NFT drops. We are also developing the story, and the story is gonna be developed alongside our Lokals family, and we will be developing the metaverse as well, which is also going to be focused around the same world that we are building for Lokals. I just want to say that our story, our design, our characters, they're all based from Split in the 80s, our hometown, and there's so much creativity that was happening during this time. And also, it was a melting pot of, Western influences and these, more socialistic ideas. So it was really a fantastic time to be alive and to explore all these things. And we're going to be basing this on this era and this, geographical location. So it's going to be authentic. I think it's going to be really exciting. And so metaverse, short animated film, and future local NFT developments are, in the pipeline.
Do you guys have like a general timeline of when the movie is going to come out?
Well, usually when each film has its year of production, and you want to have you don't want to have a premiere at the end of the year because you kind of lost the entire year, because nobody kind of wants to take the film to festival if it's older than 2 years. Right. So it's going to be a beginning of next year. We have a network of distributors, and we've been distributing and creating films since 2008. So 14 years, and we know how to plan the festival life and distribution life of a film.
I love it. I'm excited to see. I'm wishing you guys all the best of luck. Very exciting project. You guys might be on the forefront of just innovation with NFTs coming to movies. So I'm looking forward to it. Wishing you guys the best of luck, and I can't wait to watch this movie.
Yeah, thank you. So join us all, at our Lokals Discord and our local website, become a part of the local family.
Thanks to the Popovic brothers for coming on the show today. That was a bummer that Milivoj's internet dropped halfway in the beginning of that interview, but really enjoyed that conversation. I'm excited to see where their project goes.
It was a great conversation, Zaid. Thank to them for joining us. Zaid, winter is coming, but in crypto, some say winter is already here. We're in what many call a crypto winter, with cryptocurrency values falling across the board in the most recent weeks. Here to help us navigate through these tough times and hopefully let us know where the crypto groundhog sees its shadow, it's eToro investment analyst Callie Cox with Callie Explains It All. Callie, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, what's up, Delano? What's up, Zaid? I guess
Callie.
Winter is coming. I better grab my coat.
Yes, the winter is here. So with that said, Callie, I want to start with, what exactly is happening in crypto, and why are we in this crypto winter?
Yeah, well, let's talk for real here. So Bitcoin is down as much as 60% right now, and it can't seem to sustain itself above 30K. And look, crypto's sell-offs are nothing new for crypto. Crypto tends to go through these boom and bust cycles every so often. And I mean, Bitcoin itself has gone through 7 sell-offs of 50% or more since 2010. But this time the vibe was a little bit different. It feels less like a blip on the radar and more like a structural change for the industry. We're seeing headlines about layoffs. We're seeing companies pull back on their crypto spend. And there are just a lot of questions around what the value of crypto is in a high rate or rising rate environment.
Yeah, I think, Callie, you said it best. Like, the vibes are just different. Because I know we had like a similar drop last year around like May or so, but there wasn't this negative vibe as there is right now. But knowing that, do you think that the worst of the crypto winter is over, or is there more to come?
Yeah, it's hard to say, and I say this all the time. I don't have a crystal ball, but this really makes me think of the tech bubble in the way that there's not as much doubt around the technology. I mean, society is clearly moving toward a decentralized future, and the technology is compelling here. It just seems like the market simply got ahead of itself, and there are a lot of questions around what certain coins are valued in this this rising rate environment. So crypto could be finding itself at an interesting juncture where, the industry itself might make it through this crypto winter. It's hard to say when, but some coins or some projects may not make it through at all.
That's a really good point, Callie. Some projects, some coins may not make it through. So how do investors, how do retailers, how do people survive the crypto winter?
Yeah, well, grab a coat. I'm just kidding. That's not my tip, I promise. For real though, I think it's really hard to judge the value of crypto right now. I mean, crypto doesn't have cash flows like stocks. You can't mathematically back into the intrinsic value of a project that you're invested in. But we think about the utility of certain projects, and we think that money could kind of lean back on that when investors are trying to decide, what's of value in the industry today. So consider the utility of the projects you're investing in, consider the product, study the ecosystem too. While some projects have clear utilities, others, have strong foundations to base themselves on. I mean, I think of Ethereum when I mention this. Ethereum actually is some interesting data from Andreessen Horowitz, if you want to pop that up. Andreessen Horowitz estimates that Ethereum's chain averages around 4,000 active developers monthly, by far the most of any other platform, and it being the second largest protocol out there. Solana, funnily enough, actually boasts the second highest developer activity, even though it's the 9th largest coin by market cap. So you got to think about the ecosystem. The ecosystem is part of the utility, and just simply follow the money. Look at what look at what Wall Street is gravitating toward. Bitcoin isn't the most exciting coin out there right now, but it's not wildly innovative, but people see it as this blue chip investment of sorts within crypto, and it's high risk. Don't get me wrong. And with all of this crypto talk, pay attention to your goals, needs, and risk tolerances here. But Bitcoin is the go-to coin for institutional money and corporate adoption, and institutional money tends to be a little more sticky.
Yeah. I think, Callie, the thought that comes to my mind is I think everyone just assumes that, okay, we're in a crypto winter right now. Similar thing happened in 2018, but, give it a few months or maybe a couple years, we're going to be in another bull market. We're going to enter all-time highs because that's just what crypto does, is what it's done previously. But if you think about, but what about the people that took giant losses in this winter, right? That are maybe down 50+%, maybe even more. Is it possible that those people just don't come back to the crypto space? I'm talking about maybe specifically older people, Gen Xers, maybe some boomers that are closer to retirement. Would that mean that we're never going to see another all-time high ever again in crypto?
Yeah, well, it's totally possible. You tend to see that when popular investments sell off. You see the people who get burned, and arguably it could be a little more severe this time around, given what we saw with stablecoins and just the amount of new entrants that came into the space and the size of the drop that we've seen over the past few months. But on our end, on the research that we've been doing, we've been seeing evidence that investors in crypto are a little more long-term than you think. I mean, 29% of investors in our March survey, it's our Q1 retail investor beat survey of 1,000 investors, 29% of investors said that they're investing in crypto because it's a transformative asset class, which to me seems like more of a long-term thematic investing strategy. And 27% of investors see crypto and digital payments as a long-term investing theme in itself. That was another question we asked. So the difficult part, and this was part of your question, Zaid, where does the value lie? Have we seen the top of value? Well, we can't say for sure if we've seen the highs or not, but I am seeing a lot of evidence that there is a lot of demand out there to be unlocked.
Some good hopium. I like it.
Callie, I want to close with this. Sometimes coins may not survive the winter. Is this where some of the altcoins kind of disappear and we see consolidation behind a few stronger coins?
Yeah, consolidation is definitely possible. I mean, busts are when the building happens, and we love to focus on the optimistic side of things. But, we might also see investors use a little bit more discretion as they tiptoe back into the space after everything that's happened. I mean, that in itself can be a good thing as well. Capital could be more selective and flow into projects that have more utility and value. But it's a good example of why you need to exercise discretion. You need to consider the utility and the ecosystem of the coins that you're eyeing, because I know one of the phrases of crypto is we're all going to make it, but for coins, there's a chance that not everybody's going to make it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The we all are going to make it is good hopium, but that's true. It's not always the case. Callie, thank you so much for coming back on the show. I always enjoy having you back on and educating us, and ending the week with some good positivity. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, Delano, we're gonna switch gears a little bit and talk about collaboration, specifically brand collaboration. I'm sure you've seen them. Some are good, some are just bad, some are just really bad. I guess my question to you is, why are we seeing so much collaboration nowadays? Like, why do you think brands are collaborating with other brands? What are they trying to get out of it? And do you see this movement happening, further?
Yeah, Zain, I see a couple things. One, brands want to reach a wider audience, or an audience that they just haven't been able to reach because it's not their core. So they collaborate with maybe another brand that has that core audience, or a brand that's outside of their core audience. So they can get that kind of extra reach, those extra eyeballs. I do think sometimes you see collaborations when, brands are just trying to make news and make a pop or a flash. And those are kind of the two areas where I really see these collaborations. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they could be pretty bad, but it's interesting to see different, totally different companies kind of team up.
Yeah, I think it comes down to like the attention economy as well, right? Where all these brands are trying to get your attention, so then you're gonna eventually buy a product from them. And one good way to get attention and get headlines is to do interesting collaborations like the one that we see right there, where you're collaborating with a company totally outside your space. And if it's a good collaboration, I think it can help the brand. It can help get more headlines and maybe result in more sales. So I think we're going to see it a lot more often. We see creator collaboration all the time. A lot of creators say that's like one of the secrets to grow and expand your audience. So this seems like a good way for brands to continue to do this. And again, sometimes it works, and sometimes there's some really, really bad ones. So I thought we'd take a look at some specific ones and see if what we thought about them.
Let's do it.
So what, this one is the Cheetos and Forever 21?
Yes. So Cheetos and Forever 21. This is interesting. One, I'd say I haven't shopped at Forever 21 much today. I don't know if you have. No. I love Cheetos. They kill my stomach, but I love them. So this collaboration, I'm like iffy on. I just don't see it. It doesn't make as much sense to me. What do you think about it? Yeah,
I'm going to give this one I'm going to say no. This is a bad one for me. Like I don't get it. This is one of those ones that's like, could be interesting, but it's a flop for me. Yeah, flop.
Trying to think of like why they did it, just because they maybe have just different audiences, and like I don't know. I mean, a lot of people eat Cheetos, and I don't know how many people shop at Forever 21. I don't know. But
this one makes sense. This one is a really good one, though. I think the KFC and Crocks. Dude, look at these pictures right here. So just to set it up a little bit, so KFC, I think they're always doing some interesting stuff. They released some sort of attachment to Crocs, which is what they're known to famously do. Crocs you can have attachments on that are shaped as fried chicken. Nice. Apparently they smell like fried chicken. I don't know how they pulled that off. And yeah, what do you think about this collab?
I like this one. What, Crocs are super hot right now. They are. That's just fact. And KFC is always great. Chicken's always great. This is a good one. It's very, very out there. If they smell like real chicken, that's out there, but it's a really good one.
This is one of those like no-brainer collaborations where it's like, okay, it's creative. It gets people's attention. Like everyone is going to click on a headline if you see a KFC/Crocs collaboration. Just those pictures right there are enough for me to click on it. And I can definitely see some people wanting to buy it just as a gag. It's like, oh, I'm going to put this on my Crocs for like, a couple days or something just to kind of have a good laugh. And, maybe people go buy some KFC as well. So I like that collaboration. I probably wouldn't buy it myself, but I like the outside the box idea.
We got our next one.
Yes, this one is Adidas and Arizona Iced Tea. Arizona Iced Tea, famously known for selling 99-cent iced teas, and they still have not gone up, even though inflation's up. So congrats to them. They collaborated with Adidas, and Adidas was selling their 99-cent sneakers. This thing got so popular that they had to call the cops to shut the whole thing down.
Wow.
So Delano, what do you think about this collaboration? Not just like the fact that Adidas is selling shoes for 99 cents, but like the actual design itself.
The design is great, and I love the colors. Very out there, eccentric.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nice warm palette there. I like it. This is actually really cool. Look at the picture right there. Yep. That's a great looking shoe. If people wear it, you stand out if you're wearing those. So I understand why there was a mob out there. I probably, would have said something in the line for me. But yeah, get them for 99 cents. Why not do it, Zane?
I would 100% line up for this, as embarrassing as that sounds. And I think they did some more collaborations as well. I hope they do more collaborations. I mean, again, this is another example of good collaboration, gets brand awareness. Yeah. Arizona Iced Tea is a very famous brand. Adidas is always trying to get their name out there and compete with Nike. Yeah. I love that collaboration, and I hope we see more like that.
Yes.
Well, that was a fun way to end the weekend. Another great episode today, another great show. Remember, guys, we go live Monday through Friday, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and we're going to be live again on Monday.
See you Monday.
Have a good weekend. We out.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching. Make sure you tune in every day. Also hit that like, subscribe, and notification buttons. We'll see you tomorrow.